Hi, I'm Shawn Huff, and I'm here partying with the buds.
Yeah, we're drinking just because. Let's get drunk with buds again. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun. Let's get drunk with buds again. Yeah, we're drinking just because. Let's get drunk with buds again, again.
Welcome, everybody, to Drunk with Buds, a show about trying new beers with some friends and having discussions you normally have at a bar. Sometimes those beers are non-alcoholic. As always, we get our beer information from the Untapped app. That's UNTAPPD. You can now follow the show there at Drunk with Buds. And that banger of a theme song is by the Lost Like Lions out of Buffalo, New York.
Not gonna lie, that theme song took me away today. I was vibing with it. But what's up, y'all? It is me, Honer, the host today, with my best boy, Bruce the Bandit.
That's right. Hey, what's up, buddy?
And we've got Jill of all trades. She's a model, actress, producer, and wife to our good bud. And one of our favorite guests, Brent Huff. It is Shawn Huff today with us.
Whoop, whoop. Happy to be here.
Oh, yeah.
Very happy.
So today's episode is a non-alcoholic show, and we will have some unique drinks in store for us all. Let's get to the show.
All right, the first thing we're drinking is Blood Orange Ginger Beer by Fever Tree. The stout guy says, has the fiery, full-body taste of a premium ginger beer, balanced with the subtle citrus flavor of Italian blood orange. Not too sweet on the palate, and so specifically made to be mixed, but equally delicious on its own. By substituting a fruit sugar for cane sugar, this blood orange ginger beer has 57% fewer calories than premium ginger beer.
Ooh.
All right, everybody, let's take our first sips and tell us what you like and dislike.
I'm about to go on a run after this.
Wow, it smells fucking fire.
Oh.
I love it. I think it's great. No, I think it's really blood orangey. I mean, it's hard to get that kind of flavor. That's delicious for 35 calories.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
For me, I'm tasting a lot of that ginger, and it's really reminding me of like the ginger that you get when you're eating sushi.
Oh, yeah. I
Oh,
see
yeah.
that.
I'm getting a lot of that, and I'm like, oh, I'm kind of drinking the ginger.
It says on here on the label that it's juicy and spicy. With that ginger, I get that spice. You're right.
Yeah, it is. It's very much like the sushi thing. It's kind of minus the wasabi. No, it's good. And it's pretty. It's such a pretty color. It's very girlish.
Mm-hmm.
I can imagine it would be very good with a shot or two of some hooch.
You use a lot of ginger beer with mules, so I can definitely taste a mule with this.
Oh, yeah, this would be a really good one with some mules. Riding a mule, doing whatever.
Oh, donkey basketball.
And it's got a lovely effervescence.
Oh,
yes, it definitely does. It's very effervescent. It's bubbly. It's bubbly, but like not champagne bubbly. It's more like percolating. It's percolating. With flavor.
I gotta get.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
You're good. Go ahead.
I was going to say, it's not like drinking like a La Croix or something like that, where it's just so bubbly it just makes you want to die. No, it's really nice. I like it.
This is a good thing too. I feel like this would be a good drink in the first thing in the morning because it's slightly wakey uppy too. Like,
Wakey up.
Oh yes.
so like it's something to get you going, just a little bit.
It'd be great for brunch for like, it's probably not you guys' thing, but maybe a baby shower or something.
Well, I do brunch, so yes, I agree on the brunch.
We love baby showers.
Yes, we do, because we love babies.
There you go.
I was thinking with this one, it'd be a good replacement if like you're at the like a winery or a vineyard with some friends and you don't want to drink and you got this on the side. I think this would be a really good one while you're walking around or chilling outside.
Yes, I think it's a good. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say it is a really good NA because a lot of the non-alcoholic stuff is just kind of like too sweet. And this has a really nice kind of balance to it. It doesn't just hit you with sugar,
Yeah.
it actually tastes like something that you could drink.
Yeah.
Some stuff like that is like they try to replace it by making it taste like what you're not trying to drink. I guess like some of them make them taste hoppy or beerish, and it's like you can have a little bit of that flavor in there, but kind of give me something that's delicious.
I'm kind of wishing that the bottle was bigger, like more of a size to it,
like a wine size.
Not necessarily wine size, but like maybe like an actual like Jarrito side, or 20 ounces of it, not just like whatever this is. Like
it is pretty small. I'm thinking wine box size.
All right.
No, it is small, and I bet that gets kind of pricey because I buy these, at the Bevmos and stuff like that. Not these particular, but this kind of stuff, and they get you. Honestly, drinking real stuff is probably cheaper.
Dang.
I don't know how much I paid for this, but I don't feel like it was a lot. I did get this at the Citywide Liquor Store, but I'm also seeing it at Whole Foods, so it's readily available. It's not a hidden gem.
I wonder if it's like $5 a bottle.
No, it wasn't that much.
Oh,
I want to say.
I like the name though too, Fever Tree. That's kind of cool. It's got kind of a sort of a hippie vibe to it. I like that.
Yeah, I get that kind of Joshua Tree kind of.
Yeah, it's got that sort of. I probably wear a lot of beads and huaraches or something.
I think I at most paid $6 for the 4-pack.
Oh, just for the 4-pack?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, dang! I was thinking per bottle. That's my bad. I obviously don't know prices.
Or maybe you drink real stuff.
But I'm used to like $6 would be like a can of like craft beer. So that's still a lot. It's like, dang.
If you had it delivered to you, a Fever Tree 4-pack from Whole Foods right now is $10. So getting it in person is probably $8. So
okay,
$2 a bottle.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Not bad for some delicious flavors.
That's
yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
And speaking of things that might be delicious, our conversation, we're going to move into pub talk, where we're just going to talk about your passions. And I'm passionate about this drink, and we're going to talk about your passions in your life. Here we go.
Okay.
Welcome to Pub Talk, where we gather around, where we're drinking with our friends, and we're going to talk about some things and see where the conversation goes. But we're going to start off with something you told me not that long ago, Shawn. You said you're a Van Halen girl. Are you an 80s music?
I am a big-haired 80s rock chick. Yep.
Woo! Okay, here's the most important question about being a Van Halen girl. Are you Sammy?
David Lee. David Lee.
She knew it was coming. She's like, he's gonna ask.
I knew.
He's gonna ask.
No, my very first concert ever was Diver Down. I don't remember the year, but it was at the New Mexico State Fairgrounds, and David Lee Roth would jump up and do these big splits and stuff, and I was just like, oh, I love him.
Wow, that's your first concert ever. I bet you couldn't even guess what my first concert ever was. So,
if you gave me a hint, maybe. I don't know.
The Beatles.
Close.
The Beatles?
It was very close, but it's not the Beatles. But I will say, no, think Beatles, but someone trying to make a fake Beatles, but still make good music.
The Monkees?
The Monkees were my first concert.
Was it really?
Yeah.
And I loved Davey. I used to watch that show all the time. Davey was so
That's
cute.
why it was my first concert. I loved the reruns. They used to put them on. I think it was on. It might have been on Nickelodeon or Nick at Night. They would play the reruns to the Monkees TV show. So I really liked it. And growing up in my house, my parents only listened to like 50s and 60s. So like I know all like the classic songs and stuff like that. So and it did culture me in such a way that I learned about the different things about the Monkees and how they were like the American Beatles, but they were put together. They didn't even have anything to do with each other. Like they were just 4 separate people that they put together in the group, and one of them's British, so like not even American.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
well, I know
Mickey
Mickey Dolen's daughter. I know Amy Dolen's.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, just from mutual friends and stuff. Very nice person. Very nice person. But yeah, I did tell her I had a huge crush on Davy and not Mickey.
Davy was on the Brady Bunch.
Was he?
Yeah, as himself. You know, like how they would do those little guest
like
star
a cameo.
spots.
Yeah. Interesting. It's funny because I would just binge watch those shows, and my dad would come home from work and he said to me, he goes, you're already taller than that guy.
Yes, he's very short. He was very
so
short.
I'm looking it up, and I do remember that episode that he was in the Brady Bunch. But then I guess he was also in the Brady Bunch movie.
He was?
Yeah.
the Hawaiian one?
Yeah, the one with what's her face? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't remember the movie names.
But yeah.
Hunter, what was your first concert?
Oh,
to be honest, I said mine was the Monkees. I could have said a different one, but that was my first concert.
I think my very first concert actually is not a bad one. It was Rise Against and My Chemical Romance.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So that was during the Black Parade. So that was a very
you were
big
you were emo back then?
Oh, I was, yes.
Very emo.
Yeah, I couldn't grow my hair to like cover my eyes and stuff like that, but my hair was too curly, so I just dressed the part.
Yeah.
Oh, Brent had like a fro. My husband had a fro in college, and so what you do for the curly hair is you put product on it and then sleep in pantyhose. That's what he did. Just saying.
Now, just so you can tell Honer the proper way of sleeping in pantyhose. You mean on his head,
on his
not
head.
On your legs, Honer.
No, yeah, exactly. Not on your legs, Honer.
Joke's on you guys. Yeah. I wear them already.
Excellent.
Pictures to come.
And I know I've never.
Brent said it really worked.
I was gonna say I know I've never seen Brent with like a fro, but he looks like he has a face that would have a fro. Way back in the day.
Totally had a fro.
He has that fro face.
That Missouri fro.
Oh, yeah. He had the Missouri fro, the Ozarkian fro.
That's amazing.
Are we sure this is not alcoholic? Because it says beer.
I just
like to out him.
Awesome.
So is there any other like 80s? I mean, are you just a Van Halen girl, or did?
Oh, no. I mean, I still like when I jog and when I go to the gym and stuff. My whole playlists are full of like AC/DC, Bowie, the Police. I love the Stones. One of my girlfriends is one of the managers for the Stones, and so she gets me incredible tickets. I mean, granted, I mean, like literally like 4th row stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, incredible. I mean, I go all the way back to like I loved Quiet Riot and Priest and the major headbanger stuff. I loved that stuff, and I still do.
I love all that stuff. It's my generation of music myself. We're probably closer in age than you thought we were. My second concert was I went to see the Dead in Chicago.
Oh, nice.
So even though I'm not a big drug user, I just like the music,
Sure.
I really like most of all different types of music. There's only a few exceptions. I am not a big country person because I just don't relate. I think it's good music. I just don't relate to it. And then
you're not a honky tonk.
And no, not a honky tonk. and but other than that, I think it has places. Music has its place.
Oh, sure. I mean, I love classical music, and I love. I'm not as super into rap. Some of it I like, I love, I don't know. I love the old Eminem, that stuff. But I don't really, understand it so much. I think if I spent more time listening to it, I probably would. But I'm so all over the place that, I kind of like you. I sort of dabble in all different areas.
Yeah, same. I feel like with rap music, it depends because modern day rap is more like it's all about the beat and who can be the toughest and stuff like that. So it's not that great. I mean, I venture off to like other music that's kind of like I don't know if you guys know. Oh my gosh,
Well, tell us about it.
Tame Impala. Oh my gosh, dude! I cannot think on my feet. Tame Impala.
Tame Impala.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I'm
So
not sure.
there's only one song that really gets me from him. It's called "The Less I Know, the Better," and it's just like you put that bad boy on, and it's just like, dang man, it's taking you places. And so like that kind of music is what I like. I tend to like listen to like the radio on Spotify, and I'll eventually find other songs like that, and I'll be like, okay. So then it's like a spider web of going from this one to that one to this one, and I dive deeper and deeper, and I just find different types of genres that I just freaking enjoy.
And then circling back to the 80s and 90s music that we're kind of talking about here, it's got kind of a resurgence right now because, you know, the dad rock anthems, right? Like from 2000s to 80s. You guys have a child who's coming up, and is it anything like my 18-year-old? She's playing songs, and I'm like, "What do you do? Like that's my song. What are you doing?"
Oh,
with my
I know.
Song? She's like,
It's crazy.
You listen
Our
to Bob
daughter was
Seger?
this-
I'm like, yeah, I love Bob Seger.
Like Fog Hat, Slow Ride, and stuff. I mean, our daughter was very big into fitness. She was a big like spinning instructor, one of those crazy ones that like screams and yells and performs and all that. And she was really known for her playlists and her mixes and stuff. And she introduced us to stuff that it just blew our minds. And a lot of it was she loves AC/DC, loves AC/DC. So and it's so good for spinning, especially when it's mixed and remixed and all that stuff. And she also introduced us to more current things as well.
Well, that's good, like a good mix.
yeah
It's so funny because my mom will do like this aerobic class. I forget what it is. It's that hip hop one.
Billy Blanks.
Oh yeah, sure.
No, the freaking dance one.
Yeah,
that was such a big thing, and then I forget what it is, but she still does it, and so it's just funny because whenever I randomly played like a Nicki Minaj or a Cardi B song, and my mom was like, "Oh, I know this one. We do this at I think Jazzercise." And then she got
good
up,
for her.
and she got up, and the song's like up, and she's like throwing elbows up and punches up and stuff like that. I'm like,
oh yeah.
I've recorded it. I was like, what the heck, dude? I didn't know this is gonna summon this out of you. What the hell?
Oh yeah, I tried twerking in front of my daughter once. She's like, just don't.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Got to keep them in line,
Don't let them know your next move.
That's right.
Okay, I think it was a pretty good segment there. We got in nice music, and we were talking about kids and stuff like that. But was the feeling still good all the way through this segment on this drink? Was Fever Tree Blood Orange Ginger Beer as good as it was in the beginning, or did it peter out? I
think it was still as good, and I kept sipping it throughout. I really love it. I think I don't know. It might be my favorite of them just because I love the blood orange so much, but we'll see.
Okay. So tell us what you tasted and what things did it taste like in your mouth and all that stuff and what you liked it. And then at the end, tell us how you rank it. We rank things from 0 to 5 by quarters. So 0 would be the worst. 5 would be the best.
Okay.
Tell us about Fever Tree.
Well, Fever Tree, off the bat, you get a pretty strong blood orange taste. And then sort of like on the back end of it, like Honer was saying before, you get this ginger kind of surge and some other kind of spice. I want it almost like a cinnamony or something like that, but it's very mild, and then like I said, I love bubbly stuff. I guess because I don't do alcohol anymore, that it makes you think like you're at least doing something fun,
Mm-hmm.
So I like the fact that it's got a little bit of bubbles but not hits you over the head with it. So I guess my rating would be out of 5, I'm gonna say a 4 or 5.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna say a 4.5. There you go.
All right, Honer. Where you at?
So I'm not in the same headspace as Shawn over there.
No.
I think the ginger is what I really don't like.
Oh,
I'm not a fan of ginger. Yeah, for me, it's like that's all I'm tasting. I'm barely tasting any blood orange. I'm getting all that spiciness of the ginger, and I'm not really a huge ginger fan anyway, unless I'm eating sushi, like I said.
Or the girls.
Huh?
Or the girls. Ginger girls.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, them too. Yeah, so this drink, it's not for me. The blood orange, I do wish it was more.
You wish it was a little...
And then to hide that ginger, but I don't think there's any hiding the ginger in these ones. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3.5.
That's still a pretty good score.
Did you guys know that men are more susceptible, their taste buds, DNA-wise, are more susceptible to cilantro and ginger?
Dang.
Well, I love cilantro, so...
Yeah, so does my husband, but a lot of men cannot take it.
So
and ginger the same.
So then what you're saying is Bruce is not a man. What?
Oh, hey,
Hey-o.
I think she also said her husband's not a man either.
No, Brent's
Some
cool.
shade. Well, you're the one that's wearing pantyhose, owner.
Yeah.
Hey, I am who I am.
I'm going to give this a 4.5 as well. I really like it. I think the ginger bite, it kind of reminds me of like how Bargs has bite in root beer. It's got it's got a little bit of a bite onto it with the ginger. It's not too much for me. I do like that citrus blood orange. I get it. I do wish it was a little bit more blood orangey, but being a ginger beer, you know that ginger was going to come out in the forefront. So I'm all right with that. I think it's really good. I think this would mix excellently. I think if you were going to do alcohol with it, do a meal and stuff, I think it would balance that out for you a little bit more, Honer, I think, if you mixed it with some alcohol.
Yeah.
I mean, I like I said earlier, I think this is a perfect wake you up. It's effervescent, it's percolating, and you don't have to get the coffee or all that caffeine just to get you going in the morning. So I'm going to give it a 4.5. I think it's fabulous.
I'm glad you like
it. All right, so we're going to go into a small break here, but Honer is going to wrap after our first sponsor. Our first sponsor is near and dear to our hearts. It's the Hop Station.
So near.
If you're in Mishawaka or in just northern Indiana and you want a great place, this is where you should go, and we'll tell you why right here.
Looking for a cool craft beer bar? Hop Station Craft Bar has over 30 rotating taps and hundreds of bottles and cans to enjoy. They also do can purchases for carryout. Not a fan of beer? Well, you're in luck because they have a unique cocktail menu as well. So come enjoy the arcade games, dart boards, and the pool table. Oh, did we forget to mention the food? Whether you want street tacos or delicious pizza, you can't go wrong. With the outdoor patio, it won't be hard for you to find the perfect spot to relax. So head down to Hop Station, the #1 craft beer bar in Indiana. You'll find them on 318 Union Street, Mishawaka, Indiana.
Oh yeah, I'm a dancing queen. Got my pantyhose on and I don't care who sees me. Dancing in the street now, rocking all right now, feeling alive, kicking it now, feeling alive, like I'm the Monkeys.
I think she just snorted.
No, I did. That was beautiful.
Free
brings a tear to my eye.
Free 80s pop and synthwave type beats. She dances like a queen. INO 3 on YouTube. Welcome back. Welcome back. I just got back inside from dancing in my 80s workout outfit in the streets.
Pantyhose.
Pantyhose. There you go. And headband, I'm sure.
Leg warm.
That's right. Sweat it out.
Sweating to the oldies.
Very Jane Fonda-esque.
That's my hero.
There you go.
So what we drinking there, Hona?
So we're actually drinking here, Honer, non-alcoholic Mojito. It's a classic cocktail with a mindful twist. Our alcohol-free Mojito is created using fresh spearmint, sourced from the El Borouj region of Morocco, tangy lime, and our very own Caribbean spice spirit. Additionally, we have developed a unique distillate using the shells from Chile needs to provide the satisfying heat we love from our cocktails. Mojito is a multi-award winning, including Gold 2023 Bartender Spirits Award, alcohol-free cocktail, creating an authentic experience for the mindful drinker.
So this is a world-traveling thing here. It's from Denmark. It's got Moroccan mint.
And it has spices, and you guys know how I hate spices.
Uh-oh.
Yes. Uh-oh.
I don't know.
I'm about to be pissed.
It smells like a mojito. I'll give that.
Hey, the can also says, sorry to interrupt you guys'
okay.
enjoyment. Feel free to have a cocktail-filled night and a fresh mind the day after. Having a drink is more than just a drink. It's a ritual. We've crafted a delicious non-alcoholic cocktail shaped by nature from remarkable innovation that allows for the continued enjoyment of those authentic flavor experiences we know and love. The only difference is how you feel. Feel free.
It's also vegan, it says on the can. So there you go. For you vegans.
Yeah, well, no, that's not me. So I'm a carnivore. So
yeah,
me too.
All right, I'm going to try this bad boy. It smells great.
I don't like how it smells, honestly.
Oh, no, I'm the opposite.
It tastes like spearmint gum.
But that's what a mojito has. Mojitos have mint in it.
Yeah, but it don't need to taste like spearmint gum, Bruce.
Yeah, it's a little bit medicinal.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know, a little bit like Vicks Vapor Rub. No, I mean, it's fine because I kind of like it, but there's a little bit of a wang to it that just is hitting me the wrong way.
Yeah. I agree. I didn't like the smell. I didn't like that first initial taste. Bruce just added Jarritos to his.
I put some guava juice in it.
It's got a lot of sugar in it.
I think that's what it's missing. I think what I was going to say is I think it smells good and it tastes good, but it's just a mint. Any mojito I've ever had, even a regular mojito, they put, I don't know, a blueberry or some blackberries. There was some kind of fruit that was mixed in there, some kind of juice.
And some lime. I feel like it needs like an acid in it.
So it's just like a base mojito.
Like, a base mojito. Like it's like, do something, put something in there. But, so.
Yeah.
So I just put a little bit of a guava Jarritos in it, and it punched it up.
So for some reason, I'm thinking the Bartender Spirits Awards is like, this is like a good, what's it called? Mixer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, we're drinking a mixer.
Yeah, like it would be your margarita mixer.
Yeah,
kind of
if you put it into like a tequila or something like else, and I feel like that's where what we're missing. I understand it's non-alcoholic, but I feel like you're missing something there.
It needs the rum.
Yeah, because it doesn't taste like I'm supposed to be drinking this by itself.
Maybe. Yeah, I feel like if you got this at the bar, you can fit in with your friends still because you're not drinking.
I don't care about fitting in.
I just think they would just order it over the rocks and say, can you splash, a little bit of cranberry juice in it? Or,
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, or even like some.
Like juice, anything, literally.
A juice or even some club soda to kind of just mellow it out a little bit or something.
Or some fever tree.
or some absolute.
Oh, hey.
Screw that. Let's get Svedka.
Ooh.
Oh, there you go. There you
That's
go.
Closer to Denmark.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Sweden.
No, it's got a medicine-y thing.
Yeah.
It makes me kind of think of a Ricola, a little bit.
Yeah.
If I were them, I definitely would start making different variants of this and actually putting juice or something in it.
They do have a lot. Ish makes a lot of non-alcoholic ones.
And this is what you chose?
Brent himself said that
let's bring Brent back.
Loves mocktails, especially mojitos. So I got the highest rated one.
Oh, you said
no. It's a very good effort, but maybe if they like mold some some mint and put some lime and just zhuzhed it up a little bit.
They just need some fruit.
Yeah.
Just put some fruit in there.
Yeah.
It's also, I'd have to, it's a lot of sugar for me. That's like kind of diabetes level.
40%. This has 42% of your daily needed sugar.
Oh,
that is a lot.
I'm good for the day.
Woo!
But it's a pretty can.
All right, we're going to move into the second segment, Shawn, where we're going to beat you up with some questions. We're going to get to the dark, deep recesses of your brain and find out who you truly are.
I've had people cry after this.
Oh, jeez.
It's time for beer flights, or non-alcoholic beer flights.
That's right.
Who?
What?
When?
Where?
Why?
And how?
All right, we already gave you the lowdown on what's about to happen to you.
You might want to refresh. I'm now scared.
Now she's going to go get some alcohol because she's not ready.
She's gonna go get the absolute.
Boone's firing in the back of the cupboard.
Exactly.
All right, question number 1.
Okay.
Who are you?
Who am I? Gosh, I am. I'm a wife and a mom. I'm an actress. I'm a model. I'm a lot of fun. I'm very close to my family, all of them. My mom is still with us, which is wonderful. And I've got brother and sister that I'm very close to. And I have a very large group of friends that I love. And gosh, what else do you want to know?
Whatever you want to give us. That's who you think you are. This is why people get all crying, and sometimes they go too deep. Sometimes.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to go too deep. No, I mean, I consider myself a good friend. I think I'm, I value my friends very much so, and but most of all, I'm all about family. My daughter and my boys, my my adult, brothers and sisters, and it's super important. I lost my dad 3 years ago, and I was very, very close to him. So that, that's it's been, harder for my mom and stuff. It was a big adjustment for all of us, but we've always been a super duper close family.
Oh, I love that. I love family. Yeah. I was gonna say, you seem like you're vibrant, full of life. Like, you just talking to you over this is like, I'm having so much fun just talking to you guys. I'm just like, this is awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, thank you.
You're just really fun.
She's Dominic Toretto family.
I like to have fun. I love to laugh, and I like to keep things upbeat. I mean, the world is bad enough.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, you can even just tell when you're smiling and laughing, just talking about your husband and your kids and stuff. It's just like, you can just definitely tell that you're just a great person to be around.
And she's a cat. She's a cat person too, just like us.
Okay, you're even better.
I'm a major cat person. I love animals to death, but I love my Steve, my 27-pound Maine Coon.
That Brent tried giving to us.
Yeah, because my mom was just in town and he bit her, and then he bit Brent. He's really not nice. He's kind of a dick. He really is. But I love him dearly.
Because he's not a dick to you.
That's right.
He's not. Well, he can be, but I just, he knows that I'm where the food comes from. So
you don't bite the hand that feeds you.
That's right.
Yeah, but it's weird because I take care of this sort of feral cat that comes by our house, and whom I've named Cheeto because Cheeto's orange, and I love Cheeto. And he's so friendly. And Steve goes up and just tries to attack him through the window. I mean, he's just not nice. He's just not. I don't know what, and he's never been mistreated. I've had him since I picked him up at a farmer's market at one of those pet adoption things. Yeah. He was as big as my hand. And drove home with him in the car. He was so sweet, and then just like freaking turned on a dime. I don't know what his deal is. He's got like a screw loose or something. But yeah, he's my guy.
All right. Okay, so you got your break. What got you your break in modeling, and in if you can, in acting, if it's like a separate story, it's very interesting in how you, some of you guys get your starts in the business.
Well, when I was a freshman in high school, we lived in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I was a summer secretary in this like charm school place. And part of my payment was they gave me like a free photo session kind of a thing because all the girls that were in the fancy classes did the photo session, so they gave me one. And so my pictures were up on the wall, and this agent from France was in New Mexico with this photographer, and they were doing a shoot for Italian Bazaar on Indian jewelry. It was a big Indian jewelry thing, and so they came into the local charm school to look for local people. And he saw my picture and said, come down and meet me. And I guess I fit the specs, and he wined and dined my parents. I was only 15 at the time. Yeah. And he wined and dined my parents, and all this, she can be a superstar, blah, blah, all this crap. And my parents let me go with another girl that he discovered from Santa Fe. And so I moved to Paris when I was 15. It's kind of crazy.
Did you learn the language quite fast, or?
I did not, because I was too young, because I was young and a freaking moron. But I worked a lot. And, but then, this agent actually turned out to be a really bad guy. He was actually on a 60 Minutes expose for abusing girls. So I ended up coming home. And after about, I don't know, 8 months or so. But I mean, I did have a lot of fun there. I got great tear sheets and all that stuff. But I moved home and went back to high school for a semester. And that was almost worse because everyone assumed I was like some weird, stuck up girl and I just wanted to like crawl under a rug and get back in school and be normal. Yeah. So then one of my girlfriends that I'd met in Paris, she called me up and she goes, "Oh, you've got to come to Italy." She said, "It's fantastic. We've got a great agency, nice people." And so I took off again and went to Italy, and that was awesome. It was really great. And so I stayed there for a couple of years, and I went on to New York, and I was with Ford in New York. And then I was scouted by this agent out in California named Nina Blanchard. And she was sort of the sister agency, or the West Coast agency to Ford. Mm-hmm. And so I come out to LA, and that's where I met my husband, because Brent Huff was a Ford model and a Nina Blanchard model. And that's how we met. And we met on a blind date.
Oh, yeah. A TV show?
No, not that one. But we met on a blind date, and I just remember the first thing. I didn't see Brent, but I heard his voice because I was staying at my agent's house. I heard his voice, and as you know, he has a very deep voice. And I was like, my first thought was, what a fake freaking voice.
What a faker.
Total faker. I thought, oh my God, this guy's so forced. What a disaster. And then I peeked out and I'm like, oh, but he's so hot. So that's how that began. And then, it kind of segued into, because in California, there's a lot of commercials. So I was still doing a lot of modeling, print work, and that kind of thing. But they really push you towards like the cosmetic campaigns and the beer commercials and all that. And so I ended up doing really well. I think I did over 30 commercials the first year that I was here. And so then it just kind of segued into acting. I got into classes and that kind of thing. And it was just sort of a natural progression. And I will tell you, though, it took me, and this is the God's honest truth, 134 theatrical auditions to book my first acting role. And I had written in my appointment book, I'm going to quit, because I was over it. And then I booked my first little TV miniseries, and it went on from there. But yeah, it was rough in the beginning, because back then there was a real stigma to models turned actors. There isn't anymore, but back then they assumed that you were an idiot bimbo.
Yeah.
So that's how it all began.
I feel like that was kind of like a thing for like comedians, or, also they're like, you can't be in anything but funny. And then they try to do an action show or whatever. And they're like, no one's gonna believe you being an actor, dude.
Yeah, it's totally changed now.
It's crazy to see that evolution of that.
Yeah.
So where has been some of your favorite places to shoot for a modeling gig, filming, a TV show, or a movie?
Gosh. Well, I would say for modeling, a lot of the swimsuit stuff, we always went to, Incredible Islands, St. Bart's, that kind of thing. But acting, they're more memorable because you spend more time there. You'll spend a month there, 6 whatever. I would say acting. We've been to Buenos Aires, to Mallorca. Ooh. Incredible. But you know what? My favorite. It's kind of crazy. My favorite was we did a movie in Kansas City. And I am a Kansas City lover. I love that city so much. It is beautiful. The city of fountains. It's just so cool. The people are so nice. Great food. And we spent, I think, 6 weeks there in this cool hotel downtown. And, it's a big football city. I love football. I love my Chiefs. Sorry, people. Love my Chiefs.
It's okay. You can love what you like.
Yeah, so that was super memorable. It was incredible. A lot of cool places. I've been very, very blessed to be able to travel all over the world.
I know you spent a long time in Bend, Oregon for McKenna. Was that great?
I did, and I loved that. Yeah, I spent 6 months in Bend doing a TV show called McKenna. It was an ABC TV show, and it was awesome. We had a really great cast, and Jennifer Love Hewitt was on it. And we had so much fun because the crux to the show was we were a family that ran an outdoor outfitting business, and I was sort of the mom of the family. And so we'd get to go on whitewater rafting trips. I went dog sledding, rock climbing. It was the cool, and we did that. Every episode was a different sort of adventure, and we'd have special guest stars and stuff. And I had a really cute little house in Bend, and loved the people. I really love Oregon in general. It's just beautiful. And Brent was doing a movie in Portland at the time, so we got to see each other. And that's one of the hard things about when you're both actors. You spend a lot of time apart, but that was fun. Yeah, I love Bend. Love it. I haven't been back in a long time. I'd like to go back.
So when during your career did you get that itch to try producing?
Well, the first thing I produced helped produce was the first movie that Brent ever directed. And that wasn't an itch. That was just because it was partially my money. So, but it's a funny thing. It was another thing where it was just sort of a natural progression because Brent started doing documentaries and he needed help. And I'm big into event planning and fundraising that I've done for nonprofits, and really producing a movie is not too dissimilar. It's I'm really good at compartmentalizing and list making and taking care of tasks, and that's really what producing is. So it just was sort of a natural kind of a thing. The first movie that I helped produce on was a documentary that we did on the modeling industry called Chasing Beauty. And it really kind of covered my story and from a different point of view of what happened to me in Paris, and kind of some of the bad stuff. It's the dark side of modeling. And so I helped produce on that, and then went into this other documentary we did on a model who was in a cult, and then went on to our most recent one. Our most recent one is called Creating Giants, and it is a short documentary about Harvard and a professor that was there who claims to have been wrongfully terminated. And I'll just leave it right there because I don't want people to know. They have to go see it. It's called Creating Giants.
That should be touring soon.
Yes, we are doing I'm in the process right now of doing all of our submissions to festivals. And so we're in consideration for quite a few, and fingers crossed, it kind of, it has a point of view, and it's interesting. It's beautifully shot as always. And so, yeah, we'll see. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Okay. I want to get something a little bit recent here. You just were part of a kind of like a roundtable town hall talk called the Hollywood Stories. How did that event go? It was a packed house out here.
It was great. It was really awesome. Yeah, the Hollywood Stories is it's a night that this guy named Pat Stack, who is also one of my husband's producers, who produced a couple movies that I've been in. Pat has a production company called Out of Pocket Films, and he is trying to put together like a podcast, sort of a speaking engagement type of thing called Hollywood Stories. And so this is the third one that we've done. We've done 2 at the Groundlings Theater, but this last one we did at a bookstore in Culver City, and it was incredible, super cool bookstore, and it was packed. I mean, it was awesome. And so he gets about, I think it was eight people from the Hollywood business. Don't have to be actors, could be any walk. We had a hairstylist, makeup artist, producer, actor, director, all, and everyone has to tell sort of a story from their experiences in Hollywood. And you keep it to about 6 or 7 minutes. And it's a blast, because you really get the inner workings and the nitty. And people, I mean, we go for it. We don't mind talking out of town, if you will. So it was really a lot of fun. And I spoke to doing action films in Europe, and the difference between independent action films and the ones that actually get into festivals. The independent B movie action films, the ones that I've done, are the ones where there's usually like 3 heads on a poster and a gun. Yeah. The ones I speak of. They usually have they have Van Damme in them, or
I'm a big Bruce Campbell fan, so yes, I do.
There
know
you go.
About the,
I love movie. Bruce Campbell, though. He's cool, though.
Yes, he is.
Because he's like he gets it, and it's like that really high end, crazy special effects and stuff. I love that stuff.
And he's a Midwestern boy, just like me, so
Oh, is he? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he's from just outside Detroit. Him and Sam Raimi, they were all friends. So that's why he's always popping in Sam's movies, because they came up together. So
okay, what was the movie where Campbell was in it, and they either shot an arrow or a gun, and his eyeball like went flying through the air? It's one of his most famous ones. I mean, and they like slow-mo on the eyeball like blowing out of his head. It was hilarious. I've never laughed so hard in my life.
Probably the Evil Dead franchise. That sounds like
it was one of the Evil Deads. Yeah. I mean, I've never laughed so hard in my life.
Yeah. But they were innovative, because they didn't know the rules of, at the time, of filmmaking, right? Like what you can and can't do. So they invented shots that are now used. But they were doing they were doing them with like, let's put some KY jelly on a 2x4 and slide the camera across it, or like, they would attach the camera to a 2x4 and just run through the woods with it out in front, and just to get the POV of the entity, running, moving through the woods and stuff like that. They just
their dolly is their DP on a wheelchair or an office chair, being like, Yeah, no, I love that. I mean, God knows we have done so much of that stuff. It's, you got to do what you got to do to get things done.
Did your thoughts on this mojito change at all?
No,
it's time to talk about it and rank it.
Okay, well, it's still. I feel like I've brushed my teeth after I accept it. I've got the sugar on my teeth, but I feel like I have toothpaste in my mouth. And I'm not trying to be mean, but it's so heavy spearmint. It's very spearmint forward. So I'm going to have to give it a 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I stopped drinking it.
Ooh, he shut it down. Where you going on that score then?
2.
Ooh, a 2.
Oh wow. Okay.
I can't even like recommend this one like unless you really like spearmint gum.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a double mint trend.
It's just it's missing something. So if you do actually get one, just get a drink or a juice on the side for it. Whether it's pop, juice, alcohol, whatever. Get something on the side because you're gonna need it.
I do agree on that sentiment. I'm going to give it a 3. I think I can drink it on its own. I have. But when I would get one, like if I'm going to a bar and I don't want to drink and stuff like that, and they had those, I'd be like, give me the ish mojito and put a splash of some kind of juice into it. Just something to liven up a little bit. And I would put it on the rocks because let's let that ice melt a little bit and kind of like dilute spread out the sugar a little bit, just to make it even so it's not so syrupy in your mouth. But it still tasted good. I don't think it was as spearminty as you do, but the mint's there, and I'm looking for the mint because it's a mojito. I just feel like it's got. And I'm not talking about, I don't think it needs alcohol. Alcohol in it would be fine. But if we're talking non-alcoholic here, I just think, I've never had a mojito. It was just the filler and the mint. Like it's got something, always mixed in. There's something is in there and this doesn't have it. So they should have I feel like it should have been like, all right, this is the blueberry mojito or this is a blackberry. Just pick one, they pick something.
Yeah, that's kind of what I said
for
earlier.
compliment. Yeah.
And you told me that they do that and then apparently they don't. So what's the truth, Bruce?
Truth is whatever we make of it.
Oh my God. Whatever you say is truth. All right. Yeah.
That's right. I know what the truth is. This next sponsor of us is one of the best places to go in Michigan. We all love it. It's the Niles Brewing Company.
Do you want to find a hidden gem in the Midwest craft beer scene? If so, your search is over. The Niles Brewing Company is a nano brewery that produces some of the finest craft beer in the Midwest, with several award-winning brews and more to come, thanks to the expertise of master brewer Brandon Townsley. Be sure to check Facebook and Instagram for updates on upcoming events. On Sundays, you can enjoy a delectable brunch collaborated with Jim's Smokin' Cafe from noon to 2 p.m., accompanied by mimosa and Bloody Mary flight specials all day long. The brewery is located in Niles, Michigan, which features a social district downtown where patrons can enjoy their drinks outside on the sidewalk of Niles. For those seeking exceptional food, outstanding beers, and events that offer great company and entertainment, Niles Brewing Company is located at 206 East Main Street, Niles, Michigan, 49120. It is the ideal destination.
I'm back, baby. Can't you see? I'm running for love. I'm running for love. Oh yeah, you're my number one. I put no one above you. You're my number one lover. You're my number one lover. You're my number one lover. I would never love you undercover, but I would. Oh, yes I would, girl. You're my love, and I play this song for you. Yeah, sins of love, I love you, girl. We got sins of love, and I'm loving you all over. Oh yeah.
Not undercover.
Free 80s pop, time synth, pop type beat, sense of love. INO3 on YouTube. Welcome back. I hope you guys all love being serenaded by the one and only Honer.
Oh, we do.
They used to call me Honer.
Honer.
Back in the 80s was my name.
Yeah, you did a bunch of montage music, didn't you?
I did. It's the 80s vibes today,
And then you famously put together the score for the BMX Boogaloo from Rad, right?
Sure.
That's why they had a dance contest, but you had to ride your BMX bike while you were dancing.
Oh, not like the one in Greece?
Not like the one in Greece, no.
That's
like BMX bikes. Okay, so what's not dumb is possibly this drink. We're going to be drinking Liquid Death in collaboration with Van Leeuwen Ice Cream Hot Fudge Sundae. Liquid Death Hot Fudge Sundae water features a bold cocoa flavor that hints of vanilla and a touch of cherry. It's sweetened with agave, stevia, and tastes like a mix of a hot fudge sundae and a Tootsie Roll all over some sparkling water. The overall flavor profile is described as a blend of ice cream, fudge, and cherry. This is only 20 calories and 4 grams of sugar. So let's open this special edition, hard to get, Liquid Death, and get our first sips.
I already opened it.
All right.
I'm scared, honestly. Yeah.
It smells very chocolatey.
Okay. This is fabulous.
Bruce loves it.
I taste the light chocolate, and then there's a little bit of hint of cherry at the end, like it's the cherry on top of the whipped cream.
Yeah, I get that. I'm not much
I think it's pretty good. Yeah,
I wouldn't drink this like one after another. This is like, I want dessert, but I can't have dessert, so I'll replace it with this.
You know what? Another thing is, I know I've been the downer of the episode, but I think that I also don't like chocolate.
You don't like dark chocolate for the most part.
Well, I think fudge counts as dark chocolate.
It doesn't, but it's your taste buds. You're entitled to whatever they say.
But with that being said, everybody out there listening, I really enjoy this one.
I do too.
I like this. I wasn't expecting to like it, but that little cherry at the end and like the whipped cream, you know, like like you said, it just comes all together at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like I'm over the fudgy taste. I don't care. I'm liking it.
Also, I'm very happy. It's sparkling water, but it's not too bubbly. It's not overly bubbly. It's just right. I don't really know that I'm drinking water. It's not a soda taste. It's not a juice taste. I don't know what I'm tasting, but I don't feel like I'm drinking water.
I feel like Liquid Death just has that distinct bubbliness that you're tasting right now. I feel like each Liquid Death has that subtle bubble.
Some of them are lean into the bubble.
Yeah.
So the more like I'm just putting lime in the water, that's really bubbly. You know?
Yeah, but when I'm drinking it, I know I'm drinking a Liquid Death. Even if you would have just gave it to me, I feel like it would have like
no can, just poured it.
Yeah, I feel like it has a very distinct taste that you know you're drinking a Liquid Death. And so if you are fans of Liquid Death, just imagine that, but with fudge.
This is up there with me. I'm ranking this right up there with that Dr. Death that I let you guys try on that car trip. It's tricking my brain, and I'm loving it because of it. Because I'm not getting the ill effects of having actual hot fudge sundae right now.
Yeah, it kind of sends me back a little bit to almost a little bit of like a cream soda type action.
Yeah.
Because like you said, the whipped cream, it's got that kind of creamy thing, and it's the aftertaste that's really good because it's not like a chemically or yucky aftertaste. It's very mellow, and I like it a lot. I do. I mean, like you said, I wouldn't be pounding them, but but it's and it's kind of refreshing.
Yeah, it is. That's another thing I was gonna say. Liquid Death always kind of refreshes me. Some water is kind of just like, okay, it's just water, but this one, Liquid Death does something. I don't know what it is. I don't know what kind of secret seance they got going on, but I like their flavor.
Well, what if they did to Joe Manganiello? Have you ever seen the ads of him? He looks like he's possessed by somebody. He's like, murder your thirst.
I haven't seen that, Bruce. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. So we're gonna digitally visit a place that you've been. Shawn, you gave us this place, Boardners. Do you want to preface it a little bit, like your experience with Boardners?
Sure. So Boardners is it was a dive bar. It's now kind of not as divey, but it was a dive bar in Hollywood on this street called Cherokee, right off, literally, I don't know, 50 feet from Hollywood Boulevard, and right in the heart of Hollywood. And going back to when my husband and I first met, the first weekend that we were together, he took me to Boardners with his best friend. And so I proceeded to, drink some. I got the hiccups so bad. I had them until the next morning, and those uncontrollable hiccups. But Boardners is a cool place. I mean, it's super dark, very old school. Like Quentin Tarantino hangs out there. I ended up actually having my 30th birthday right next door at this place called the Blue Stove, which is another very cool, like, for hire bar. But we all got pretty schnockered that night. and I continued with the hiccups. So his best buddy comes home with us because he's so hammered. And we end up then drinking pear schnapps, that horrible stuff that has a pear in it at the bottom. So his buddy passes out in the guest bedroom. We get a call at 4 a.m. It's his wife saying, "We're supposed to be driving to Colorado. Tell my husband to get his ass home." So that was but I will tell you, Boardners, it was a blast. It's super cool. You feel like you're so like Hollywood, and they have great blue cheeseburgers. Ooh. Amazing. Yeah.
Black and blue burger.
Yeah. So Boardners has a special place in my heart. It was one of our first dates, and it's cool and dark and moody, and you feel like you're in the game, Well,
let's see if other people have this special place in their heart. Go ahead and hit it, Bruce. Dive bar review, dive bar review, dive bar review. 1 star, 2, 3 star, 4, maybe a couple of 5s. Dive bar review, dive bar review, dive bar review. Dive bar reviews is where I read 1 through 5 star reviews for dive bars I'll probably never visit. All right, let's do this thing. Today we're digitally visiting Boardners on Hollywood Boulevard in Los Angeles, California. So let's see what people had to say about this spot. This first one is actually quite long. So go ahead and
pull up a chair, lean back, and drink your liquid death.
Go ahead and murder your thirst. All right. Andy Y with a 1 star says, "Let me preface this with I love this place. I'm a regular and come all the time. The food is great and the drink prices are reasonable. And all the bartenders and barbacks are great except for one. And she is a notable exception. The bartender I am talking about is named Kat. And honestly, I have no idea why Angela would keep her employed. She is routinely rude, underpours, and overcharges. Place favorites, is often out smoking while the place is somewhat busy, which is rare on her shifts unless the club is open next door. Usually, I have been somewhat tolerant of her antics. I have even tried being friendly, but this last experience was the last straw. I went to meet a group of 5 friends, including my girlfriend. We sat at a back booth and were spending a lot of money. Between us, we overspent $300 on a night that wasn't very crowded. The bar was nearly empty and the most people were sitting at tables. We were ordering food and drinks. We were polite in a group where 3 of us were in our 50s and 2 were about 30. We ordered our first drinks at the bar, and as we were in a horseshoe-shaped table that was hard to get out of, I had 2 people on each side of me. When the barback would deliver our food, we would ask him to put in our drink orders. This is usual practice with any other bartender working and has never been a problem. At one point, she yelled across the bar, calling my name specifically that, "You know we don't have table service here. You're not special. Come get your drink." My friends were shocked, just like Shawn was right there. So fine. 2 of my friends got up to let me out, and I went up to the counter to get my pathetically low-poured drink. And while I was up there, I made it a point to put in the orders for my friends who wanted to save them a trip. I then brought their drinks to them one by one, even though I am in physical therapy for back issues that make it hard to be on my feet. As our food is brought out by the barback, who was a very polite and nice young man, we simply asked while he was already there to put in another round of drink orders. It wasn't even me doing it. He goes up and puts in the drink orders, which were very simple. Everyone was having an old-fashioned, and I was drinking scotch on the rocks. We told him we would watch when they were ready and come pick them up from the counter. We are sitting enjoying our food, and she storms over and again yells at me, specifically saying, "I told you we don't have effing table service. You have to come to the table or the counter to order them and come to the counter to pick them up. You think you're special? You're not special." My one friend, who is a woman about 55 and a complete sweetheart who is very hard to anger, said, "That was uncalled for. You're being very rude. The guy was just here dropping off our food and asked us if we wanted anything else. With your attitude, we just won't come here again." Kat replied, "Fine, I don't care if you do." The other friends chimed in, to her also being polite, but making the point. Now, I managed 3 bars in Manhattan back in the 90s, and I will tell you that if I ever saw an employee of any kind being rude to a customer and dropping an F-bomb, that would be the last day they were ever employed. I go into the bar at Boardners often and always tip well and am polite and dress well. I have meetings there and meet friends there, and some of us actually in the past have called ahead to make sure she isn't working. And if she is, we choose another place. In this customer's opinion, she is a cancer. She seems to dislike heterosexual masculine men. She is routinely rude unless you are one of her favorites. I have even tried being friendly with her to no avail. I think most of the other bartenders are aware of the problem with her, but don't say anything to the owner because she is friends with the owner. Without her and on any other night, this place would get 5 stars. It's cute, and the food and drinks are good and reasonable, and the service is usually great. She could have said what she said nicely and politely, but that is not what she seems to want to choose to do. She's unprofessional and rude, worst bartender I've ever encountered anywhere. The second worst is closer to the best than they are to Kat. The visit all of us wrote on the checks and the tip split that Kat was rude and left no tip. First time ever in my life I didn't leave a tip. The barback was great, and we told him we wanted to tip him in cash, but he said he wasn't allowed to do that. We would still like to do so, as we wouldn't want to stiff him because of her rude behavior.
Wow.
Whoa. That's not a good starting point.
It's very close to their heart.
It just sounds like Boardners is good. Just don't go when Kat's there.
Yeah, and she needs to be canned.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, that is unbelievable. Like saying the F-bomb to a customer.
She needs to get out of there right meow.
Whoa.
And that the owner needs to grow a pair and dump his friend.
That's right.
Seriously, that's awful. That's just
bad for business.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't have been as polite as the woman that talked to her.
Yeah.
It would have been on. Brent would have been holding me back. No, I don't do that.
Yeah, no, that's not cool.
Very disappointing.
But you know what? Harry N 4-star says, ooh, you can play the jukebox from your phone and they don't skip it even if it's a bad song.
Oh.
Well, he knows he's playing bad songs.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. He's just a glutton for punishment. I'm going to really get him with this bad song.
Well, Honer here loves playing a bad song on Touch Tunes.
Well, it's not that bad.
He loves playing the Gilligan's Island song.
Oh.
I like to play it like the first song. I haven't done it in a while, but usually I'll play it like as my first song. So like as I sit down, I play it and then it comes on, and I like to look around and see who's confused, or some people do sing it.
A 3-hour tour.
That's exactly the part they sing too.
Yep.
That's so awesome.
Yep.
All right.
Gotta love ginger.
We talked about that in the first drink. Gotta love the ginger.
Yep, exactly.
You guys got me. I love ginger. All right, so Joe S 3-star says, always wanted to try Boardners since it's such a Hollywood institution. I am not the bar hopping type, but I like to find cool bars for a drink with friends here and there. Boardner has been around since 1942. Many stars stop by here for a drink. Old Hollywood era stars like Errol Flynn, Ed Wood, Robert Mitchum. We sat in a booth under his signed photo. How cool. Charles Bukowski, etc. They even shot a few scenes here for Ed Wood, Tim Burton's movie, inside at the bar and outside. So we were early birds here. It opens at 5 p.m. for my husband's birthday. Eager to try their happy hour. It goes from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. For beers, you save if you get bottled beer. We got a couple of Dos Equis on tap. Food is $7, so we tried the nachos with carnitas, rice, nice, fresh, smaller side, but full of flavor and ingredients. Avocado, cheese, jalapeno, beans, sour cream, nice salsa. Barbecue pulled pork sliders. You get 2 and fries, which is a pretty good deal. Decent. The sauce was a tad sweet for me, but birthday boy liked it. We enjoyed a lot.
Oh, jeez.
We enjoyed a lot of their street tacos. Got the asada, nicely cooked steak, fresh ingredients, great happy hour. Very nice service. The bartender couldn't be more welcoming and helpful. Great staff in general. Water from the house. They have jugs with water and lemon on the side. A clean restroom. They also have a nice outdoor area where they had some musicians playing. I love their atmosphere. Darkly lit. Nice booths. Old school Hollywood decor. They were playing decent music and bad music. 80s tunes. Don't love the TVs here. It takes away from the mysterious vibe. The regulars are cool. They happen to have somebody who gathered a lot of people for their birthday, and it was getting a tad too crowded. Had to push and shove to get to some attention that I needed to get out of my booth and use the restroom. So inconsiderate folks who ignore the other patrons. That was the worst part, but it's just a thing of timing. I would come here again. Enjoy the atmosphere, the food, and the legends smiling from the wall. We need to preserve places like this around.
You only gave them 3 stars. The TV being on and the
crowd,
being a little bit of crowd dropped you down, huh?
I know.
They ought to consider themselves lucky that it must not have been Cat.
It would have been worse. Would have been a living hell.
Yeah, I don't mind TVs in a dive bar. It always kind of makes me think of, Chinese food places. They always have TVs in Chinese food places. Yeah. The old school ones. And it's always playing like what's the Christmas movie? It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking of Christmas Story because at the end there,
is it a Christmas Story? Well, no. Yes.
Well, I was thinking of that because at the end of the movie they're in a Chinese
because the dogs ate their turkey.
Exactly. Yeah. But it's funny story. We actually went for Chinese food on Christmas one time when we were flying out of Kansas City, and the Chinese food place had the movie on. It was hilarious.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I have the leg lamp too.
Woo! That's the best part.
That's right.
All right.
Well,
it's good.
The interesting thing about these reviews is people have a lot of time on their hands.
Yeah, that was another long one.
Yeah, I know.
It's like a dissertation.
They really needed us to know.
Well, I admire their thoroughness.
All right, we got Joanna S. 5-star says, I visited Boardners for a happy hour with my women's walking group. The 8 of us easily got seated at a central table. Food and drinks have to be ordered at the bar, which did get a short line at some point in the evening. The bartender was really nice and made drinks pretty fast.
Not Cat.
I got the nachos and espresso martini, which were both fantastic. I know, stunning combo. LOL. The vibe is a little dark and grungy.
LOL.
But in a cool LA way. I grew up in Silver Lake, so I can only handle Hollywood in small doses. But this spot is a nice gem. I was also lucky enough to find street parking since the bar is right off the main strip.
Nice.
Okay.
Very positive.
Yeah, I haven't been to Boardners in quite a while, but it was a lot more rust. It's definitely amped up its game since the days of us hanging out there. I mean, it was pretty rough and tumble, like big time. Yeah. But I'm glad it's still around. That's cool.
We got another 5-star from Darren G. Oldest bar in LA. Owner died at the end of the bar. Jukebox group playlist controlled by your phones. Decent fish and chips. Stay classy, Boardners.
The owner died.
I don't know who. Yeah, the owner died at the end of the bar.
Did he die right there? Or, like for his review, he was like 5 stars. That's all death.
5 stars.
He's always wanted to see it.
Nothing like a death to take you over the top.
I mean, I'm drinking death.
Yep.
True. All right, we got Fiona L. finish this off with a 1-star. Says, do not go here. The bouncers were incredibly violent towards my friend and took away his ID. They put him in a chokehold and pinned him against the car. He didn't provoke them and they attacked him anyways. They also threatened to use pepper spray against him. Dang. What was the dude doing?
Was it a fake?
Yeah, I mean, unprovoked, you're going to get pepper spray.
Yeah, come on.
I don't know about that one.
He had to be like belligerent, doing something.
Yeah, it sounds a little snowflakey, belligerent.
Absolutely.
You got to behave yourself when you go out, people.
Yeah, come on now. All right, so there you have it. That is, what's the bar again? Boardners in California. And you can go there for cheap drinks, terrible service, and you'll be able to see Shawn and Brent Huff's pictures on the walls. And they even have their autographs on the bar stools. All right, let's get back to the show. 1, 2.
All right.
Yeah.
What do we think of Liquid's Deaths and Van Leeuwen Ice Cream's Hot Fudge Sundae? Did it hold up over the English pint size, the full English pint, 19.2 fluid ounces? Did the taste hold up for you all the way through?
It did for me. I thought it was really good. I really do. I mean, because it's not an overwhelming taste. It's almost just like a fudgy essence kind of a thing, it dissipates. It doesn't stick on your tongue. And yeah, I think it's really nice. And like you guys said, it's not heavy carbonation, which I like. I think it's really good. And I think the can is super cool.
So what would you rate it?
I would rate it a 4.75.
Whoa!
Golly.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Owner, what you got here?
I'm gonna give it a 3.75. I don't know. You know, it's chocolate water. What am I supposed to do? You know,
you?
Yeah, chocolate. Hey, that's good stuff though. But yeah, it's better than I thought. It's drinkable. I'll probably share it with my wife after this because she'll probably like it better than I do. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't not recommend it. I mean, it's good if you could get a chance to try it. It's rare enough, I guess. You know.
I think the experience of it will be interesting for people. I would love to be in the room with someone who's trying it for the first time, just to see the face when it hits them. And
you were just in the room with me as I tried to.
Yeah,
but he's seen your face before.
Yeah,
my reaction was
seeing your face.
My reaction wasn't good enough, I guess. Damn it.
Yeah, man, I can't see you.
True. I got a John Cena shirt on. I get it.
So 3.75.
Yes,
I'm a 4.25. I was pleasantly surprised, even though I thought that I was going to be surprised. So it was even more impressive that it still surprised me. Only recently because I've been diving deep into the liquid deaths, and some of them have been very surprising. You know how accurate they are to their flavors that they are presenting to us. So I was very happy, and I am very happy that it was very light on that chocolate fudge, and then the light whipped cream with a small little bit of cherry, and not when it's dangerous when you have cherry as a flavoring, because sometimes if they lean too much into it, it gets that. Am I having medicine? Right? Like,
yeah.
So this just tasted like it was there and it was gone. Like it was. That was the cherry on top for a second. And I didn't get tired of the taste all the way through the can. I wouldn't have another one today, maybe tonight, but I'm not drinking a 6-pack. It's like one per day. I'd be happy with it. Some of the other ones I can drink all the time. So I agree with the Van Leeuwen. Like, this is the dessert. This is like, I'm replacing my dessert. I want something sweet without the problem and not having all the sugar, because that is a lot of water that tastes like dessert for only having 4 grams of sugar.
Yeah, and there's a reason why it's a limited edition, because your taste for it is very limited.
It'd be good to have around like the holidays. If you, it seems kind of like a holiday type thingy. Like when they bring out the peppermint mocha stuff and all that kind of. It's got that kind of a vibe.
I think it'd be really good with some like rice pudding.
Not soupy though, right?
But not soupy rice pudding.
I could see it being drank with like some bread pudding.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, that sounds
talking our language, man.
That's right.
I like that.
Or dirt pudding.
Okay.
I like
that's
dirt
a Midwest thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Sounds good. I'm getting hungry.
I know, me too.
So before we get into finals and socials, I just wanted to shout out one of our newest sponsors. We get the Vinyl Tap and Table right here in Mishawaka. They are a record-themed restaurant and bar. They're awesome. They have really great burgers. Honer and I love their wings. Their wings are one of the best in the Midwest. I've been really fixated on their mac and cheese. They have like some premium mac and cheese right now. The Baja chicken one with black beans and corn, fire roasted corn and peppers on the mac and cheese. It's so good. I'm a big Mexican Texana food, and it hits the bill every single time. Check them out on 117 South Main Street, Mishawaka, Indiana, for those burgers. The great album music. You gotta drop the needle and start a tab and tell them Drunken Bud sent you.
That's right.
All right, Shawn, it's time for social media. You got anything you want to promote? Anything coming up? And drop any kind of social media links you want us to promote.
Gosh, well, like I mentioned before, we've got our documentary coming out, Creating Giants, and I'll probably do some posting on that once we start getting into some festivals. And I'm starting a new film in about a month called Only a Moment Away, where I play a police detective. It's a funny one. I've worked with this director before, and he's a really good writer. And he does some very interesting comedy, very timing stuff. And so I get to play a detective, which I think will be fun. And I think we're going to do another Hollywood Stories night at some point. He's trying to get that, like I said, a podcast. He's not as advanced as you guys.
Oh, okay.
but yeah, I'll keep you posted. And this has been so fun. I've just had a blast with you guys. It's really been a fun morning.
The feeling is mutual. It's been awesome.
It's been very awesome. All right, so. Thank you for being on the show.
We got shouts out top 15 cities.
Let's just shout out our premium subscriber. What is a premium subscriber? Do you know what a premium subscriber is?
So it's basically where you guys pay us monthly, subscribe to us, and it helps us out, supports us really well. We got a few people that do that right now.
And what do we do with that money that comes in?
It goes straight to the show. It buys us beer, so it's like you're buying a friend some beer. You ever go out to the bar and you buy a friend beer? That's basically what you're doing with us monthly.
That's right. $5 a month. You just buying us one beer, and guess what? That's going to be on the show. We thank you, and we're thanking these specific people this week. Who are we thanking? Honer.
Matt Snyder.
The Snyder Man. We got Sylvia Town.
And Skylar.
Thank you, you three. We appreciate it. We're shouting you out. Remember, if you make it 12 months in a row, we will get you an exclusive t-shirt that for that season, only access to it. It's not on our merch store. It's not on TeePublic. It's only available by being a premium subscriber all the way for 12 months in a row.
Maybe we'll start making pantyhose, too.
And don't forget, well, we do have yoga pants.
Oh, we do. That's so true.
Oh, nice.
And they're colorful hops. Yoga pants.
Nothing like a dude in yoga pants.
That's right.
What was I saying?
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's gone. It's totally gone. So I guess it must have not been that important.
Guess just say your social, bud.
It's my Beer Bandit Bruce on Twitter /X and on Bruce the Beer Bandit and everything else. And thank you. And Honer, what's yours?
We are Drunken Buds on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Not TikTok.
No.
Oh man,
everything but TikTok.
These non-alcoholics are getting me. We are Drunken Buds everywhere on social media, so go ahead and follow us. You can listen to us anywhere you find podcasts. I am also Honer Creations on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And if you guys are talking to us, you're talking to me. I'm the media guy for us.
That's right. All right, let's wrap us out. Thank you very much, Shawn. If you want to jump in here and rap with Honer, you can.
She'll be in the background doing harmonies.
Oh yeah, I'll do some beatbox.
All right, we got one more 80s pop disco the weekend type beat, Night to Remember by Kuro on YouTube. It's to remember. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a night to remember. Yeah.
Just don't forget. Don't forget.
Just remember. Oh.
Just don't forget.
Don't forget. Don't forget the times that we had today. We got the night to remember. Now we're going away. Now we gotta go. We all gotta stay. We all wait. No, wait. That's contradicting on a man. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm off that liquid death. Chocolate. Hot Fudge Sundae. Oh, yeah. Murder your thirst.
That was impressive.
It's a night to remember. Thank you guys for listening. Stay sexy.